Alright people, Mike Salden here again. Welcome back to another Baldurs Gate 3 video. Today I'm just going through my Platinum Trophy journey for the game. No penny required. I think that was just for talking down a character and winning a dice roll maybe. Just a nubble, that was for letting Aztarian bite you when he approaches you in camp. One night he'll just come to you and try to bite you and you can let him do it and get that little trophy. Dig for victory. I think this is just for digging up any random chest. For some reason I had Aztarian do that while he was wearing a strange little hat. I don't know why I was playing as him. I did have a main character. Bedrolls and breakfast. I think, is that just for long resting once? I did some of these trophies like a full 2 months ago, and it's taken me a long time to get the platinum, so I've forgotten some of these. Homebrewer, I guess that's just for making any random potion, or maybe like 5 potions or something like that. I didn't really do much alchemy. There wasn't a lot of crafting in this game, but there was a bit of alchemy that you could do. Fetch quest, that's just throwing the ball for Scratch and getting him to go get it. I threw it at Astarian for some reason. I guess he'd made me mad recently, so I threw the ball at him. Uh, let's see, role player. Not quite sure what that was for. Doing things that get inspiration for your character, maybe. So that was blowing up the main Goblin King guy. I got a trophy when I was doing that. Shove off, that's just for pushing any enemy off a ledge and into a ravine and taking them out that way. Bookworm, I guess that's just for reading like 10 books or maybe 20 books, something like that. It's definitely for looking up some books anyway. Karlach was doing that. Let's see, you have 2 hands for a reason. Yeah, this is for petting the owlbear and Scratch at the same time when you get this little cutscene. Pretty much everybody in the camp approved of that. So yeah, that's a cool little trophy. Forged in Blood and Fire. This is just for forging your adamantine weapon, I think, or armor, or whatever you decide to use the forge for. Action Surge, I think this is for being able to do 5 moves in 1 turn, or taking 5 actions in 1 turn, something like that. And I did that as Karlach on my first run. Repairing the Weave, I think that's just for running into Elminster and doing his little cutscene where he gives Gale the information about his orb. I think that's what that trophy was for. Taking Blood, is this for unlocking the Lathander's Blood mace? One of the best weapons in the game if you give it to Shadowheart. Really fits her character and is really useful. Lich Queen's Wrath, that's just for completing this little story section where you promise to help Vask or whatever his name is, take down Vlaakith. The plot thickens. I think, is this just for getting to chapter 2? Entering the Shadow Cursed Lands. The trophy unlocked during a loading screen, so I don't have a lot of information to go on what that was for. In Bloom in the Darkest Night. I think that was for just giving a flower and night orchid to Shadowheart. I remembered she said she liked those, so I gave her one when we got to the Shadow Cursed Lands. Under Lock and Key, I think that's for helping the Tieflings and Walbrin and the Gnomes escape from the Moonrise Tower prison. You just escape on the boat at the lake. Bottoms Up, I think that's for going to sleep while consuming nothing but alcohol and everyone wakes up with a hangover. Or maybe they added that later, the hangover debuff. Expand Your Mind, this is for just using one of the Mind Flare parasites. For a long time I wasn't using them, that's why I've got 10 built up there. Because I thought it would be bad for my character to use all those. But yeah, it was actually a good idea to use them. Penny Pincher, I think that's just for talking the toll booth collector person into ending themselves. That's how you get that trophy. There's a trophy for getting all the Shadowland bosses to just talk them into ending themselves, and you get that trophy. The City Awaits, I think that's for finally making it to Baldurs Gate or Rivington, maybe. Just outside Baldur's Gate. Escapologist, that's for getting sent to prison and then lockpicking your way out of there, or just getting out any way you can. I think I ran into a guard right away out there, so that was a pretty terrible escape. Loophole, I think this is where you talk Mizora into letting Will get out of his contract or whatever. I did that the first time for the trophy, but I think it's actually better to let him stay in his contract. Hot date, that's for just going with Karlach on a date when you get to the actual Baldur's Gate city. First Blood, this was for defeating Orin while all her guards or whatever were still casting magic on her. I so very nearly lost that fight. Everybody was down and I just won it in the nick of time. Hero of the Forgotten Realms, that's just for beating the game on any difficulty, I think. And just getting the basic standard ending. And I also, on my first run, I got the Leave No One Behind trophy, which is for saving all the tieflings at every opportunity that there is to save one of them. So it was pretty good to get that out of the way on the first run. And I also got All's Well That Ends Well. Not sure what that is. Yeah, it's just another trophy for getting the end of the game. So this would be a second run where I got the Fancy Footwork trophy, which is for defeating Gortash without activating any of his traps. I didn't get that the first time, so I had to reload and do that again. I had a lot of saves back in the city. Busker, that's for getting 100 gold for just playing your loot out in the street, and people throw gold at you, and you have to make 100 gold doing that over the course of the game. Fists of Fury, I think that's for just taking out an enemy by punching them. I hadn't done that before, so when I was just in a random fight, I was like, might as well do that now, get it out of the way. Another ending trophy, this is the one where you turn into a Mind Flayer. I reloaded to see that different ending, and decided just to become the Mind Flayer just to get that trophy out of the way. And then I reloaded again, and I like took out this dragon that's on the Nether Brain, like on top of it when you're fighting your way to the final boss. I just ran past it the first time, I think, but that time I decided to take it out. On a new game, I took out the devil that you can fight in the very first opening area. You don't have to fight this guy, you're supposed to just run out of there, but yeah, I reloaded, I did a new character and took him out this time. Rude, Crude, and Full of Attitude, this is for finding and summoning this little demon guy who you can find in a coffin in a sort of secret area. Outsourcing, this is where you hire any random hireling from Withers. I didn't do that on the first run. I didn't even know hirelings were a thing for some reason. Pest Control, that's for taking out the giant matriarch spider before she can activate any of her eggs. I just knocked her off into a ravine with a roaring thunder arrow. A Grim Fate, this is for taking out the adamantine golem without using the big hammer in the center of the room. I just threw corpses at him until he died from a really high up ledge, so that's how I got that. Kill 2 birds with 1 gnome, that's for just picking up a random enemy and throwing him at another enemy. That's how you get that one. Non-invasive procedure, that's for taking out the doctor boss in the House of Healing before he can do a special attack on you. First time I just talked him to death, so I missed that trophy. Punch Drunk, this is for taking out like 20 enemies while drunk I got this during this protect the portal section because loads of enemies just run at you. So I got drunk before that, and then just took out like 20 enemies with a firewall. No free lunches. That's for taking out the Apostle of Merkel before he can consume any of his undead followers or whatever during that fight. Murder in Baldur's Gate. This was on my Dark Urge character, where you join the ball cult, and you become a bit evil or whatever. You start following the ball like storyline. Embrace your urge. That's where you become the Slayer of Ball. He gives you the big Slayer form that Orin had, and you sort of go fully evil at this point. Um, let's see, mind blown. Yeah, this is for romancing the Emperor. Uh, Really strange that you're allowed to do this, but yeah, if you want to romance the Mind Flayer, you can. That was on my Dark Urge run. I thought Dark Urge being evil, they'd be into romancing the Mind Flayer. Crash Landing, this is when you take out the dragon when it's trying to do that special attack and floating in midair. You have to take it out when it's in the air. Jack of all trades, I just hired a random hireling and then multi-classed him into every class, and then he becomes the Jack of all trades, and that's how I got that trophy. And again, Sins of the Father, that's for doing the ball ending, where you take control of the Netherbrain at the end, in service of the Dark Lord Ball, or whatever you call him, the murder god. She cannot be caged. This was on my tactician run. I made sure to keep freeing Saza at every opportunity. I just forgot about her in all the runs, so I had to get that trophy on the tactician run. But Pride of Baldur's Gate, that is when I unlocked the Platinum Trophy this time. That was for beating the game on Tactician. I think these trophies are out of order, this last bit of footage. Because, yeah, there's the trophy for Critical Hit, which, again, that unlocks, and then I got the Tactician run complete, and then the Platinum Trophy popped. The footage just got swapped around. Somehow I duplicated the clips for some reason. But yeah, there we go, the Platinum Trophy. I really love this game. One of the best RPGs I've ever played. And I really got the most out of it going for the Platinum.